This is NBK, nothing but Knicks. When send past the assist, you know that it's #1 show that breaks down the game. If you can't play defense, stay out my way. Dribble the ball, come down the lane. 5 seconds on the shot clock, who gon' win us the game? You wanna hear Nick updates and trade rumors? Post-game reviews, this the place you tune in. So tell a friend just to keep the ball moving. Like the page if you feeling the movement. Every game we coming to win. Give us a sub like a player that came off the bench. This is NBK, nothing but Knicks.
Knicks family, what's poppin'? Ladies and gentlemen, the Knicks, I don't know what to say about this one, man. We got outplayed. I'm depressed. You can probably hear it in my voice. We got outplayed tonight by Jaylen Brown for the most part. You know, a 14-2 lead to start the game, and we've seen this happen. It's not like this is the first night. The Knicks have had a double-digit lead and then allowed the opposing team to come back and make it a game. It happened early, right? We're up 14-2. We look like we're on a roll. We look like we're ready to blow these dudes out the water. And then Jaylen Brown happens. And we just couldn't stop Jaylen Brown. And all night long, we're switching Jaylen Brown onto Jalen Brunson, or Jalen Brunson onto Jaylen Brown, and Jaylen Brown is taking advantage of the height difference. Sometimes that switching gets us in trouble because teams look at it and say, let's find our mismatches. And we take the L to the Boston Celtics, who played like they wanted it a little bit more than we did, who had a better strategy to win this basketball game, to capitalize on our defense, and we get down double digits. We fight back. In the end, we fight back, but it just wasn't enough. We just didn't have it. You know what I mean? It's just something that it's still just something that I feel is missing, that we don't have, that gets us over the hump in some of these games. You know what I'm saying? That gives us that edge. And I still feel that it is edge that we don't have that gets us over some of these games. It is edge. I think we need to be a little bit more edgy. You know what I mean? When we come down to games like this, that when we play the Celtics, it's going to be aggressive. Right? Most of the time it's going to be tight. It's going to be a battle. And it really doesn't matter how good the teams are when it comes down to playing the Celtics. We've seen the Knicks not be good and defeat the Celtics. So we got to know it's going to go the other way too, as it did tonight. And, maybe some of our players aren't used to that type of a rivalry that, they figure, oh, they're the Celtics, 11-9, we should be able to walk through them. No, they're the Celtics and we're the Knicks. It's a rival. And it's going to be a battle every single time you lace them up and step on the floor. No matter which team is better. You know what I mean? Kev, you said you knew they would let us back in the game because that's what the Celtics do, but that's what we do as well. We let teams back in the game because we could have put the Celtics out of it from the first quarter. 14-2 league. We could have put them out of it. We failed to do so. The same thing with the Toronto Raptors. Now, we ended up blowing them out, but we let them back in the game. And this isn't, we've seen it time and time again, last year and this year so far. We miss a chance to have a 5-game winning streak We got a couple of soft games, supposedly soft games, maybe a little bit of a soft stretch coming up with the next few games and extend this winning streak down to 6 to 7 to 8 games. We missed that chance now, right? We missed that chance to really capitalize on our schedule and push for that first place spot. And so now, with the loss tonight, we dropped to 4th. We win, we remain in 2nd. Like 2 games or whatever behind the Detroit Pistons. I mean, it is what it is. It's early, so none of that really matters. 13-7 at 20 games. We're at the 20-game mark now. This is the magic number for a lot of people, 20 games. So now what's your assessment? After 20 games, what's your assessment of this basketball team? Because I'm going to tell you right now, for me, 20 games, listen, we're 3-6 on the road. We just lost another road game. Right? And we've obviously struggled on the road. What's your assessment of this basketball team? Kev said, I don't even care about that first place spot. I want us to defend the interior and the 3 better. Well, if we do that, we're probably in that first place spot. I want us to do those things too. But I want us to take little wins when we can get them. The fact that we don't defend the interior well and don't defend the 3 better is the reason why we're 4th in the Eastern Conference, 13-7. And these aren't things, in my opinion. The 3 ball, it's been an issue for years. And it still is not being fixed. It's been an issue for the last 3-4 years. And it's the same. We're still struggling defending the 3 ball for whatever reason. So I don't know. Is it personnel? Everyone was pointing to coaching, but now is it personnel? Because we're still having that same issue, except now we're having more of an issue defending the interior as well. You know what I mean? Now we're having an issue defending that. 20 games. I want to know what people think about this team after 20 games. Sean said, stop worrying about standings 20 games in. That should be the last thing on our mind this early in the season. Not for me. Not for me. See, I look at it differently. You look at it that way. I look at it as the entire season is one big playoff. Like it or not. I see the entire season as one big playoff. Because now, if everybody made the playoffs, I would look at it different. But I see the entire season as one big playoffs. Because there's only a certain number of teams that makes the playoffs, a certain number of teams that make the playoffs. Which basically says that the season is a tournament too. Because you have to have a certain record. You got to be in a certain group in order to get to the playoffs. So that makes it a tournament. And you dig what I'm saying? Now, if everyone just made the playoffs, I think that would be a different story. Now, I think your approach is totally different. But yeah, I care about early season wins. I'm sorry. Because I think they mean something. Obviously, we've lost to Orlando twice. You're going to tell me that doesn't mean anything? Because we lost to them twice? It does. Because they won the season series. We're going to play Miami again, early season. And if we lose to them again, then we lost the season series to them. And we might say it doesn't mean anything now, but when it gets late in the season, we're going to be like, damn, we lost to them early. And we lost the season series to them early. And so if it ends up having an impact on where we're seated, that's an issue to me. I'm sorry. That's an issue to me. You know what I mean? And I care about losses like this. We're 20 games in. this is the mark where people say, all right, now we start to know what the team is, right? Now we start to understand what this team is about. What is this team about? What's your assessment? You know what I mean? What's your assessment? Fred, you said this 82 games in a season. You're right. It's just the preparation for the playoffs. These season series against teams doesn't matter. I disagree. If they didn't matter, then you wouldn't rely on them for tiebreakers. Remember, we got waxed by Atlanta and we beat them in the season. I'm not even talking about that. See, I understand that. I get that. What I'm talking about is tiebreakers. Two teams that have the same record, but this team gets a better seed or whatever because they won the season series. Okay? Go ask any coach in the NBA if it means something. See what their answer is. Go ask them. They'll let you know. Because not only is it about the record, it's about building confidence. It's about building habits, right? You're building habits in these games. That means something. You know what I mean? Yes, I am worried about time. There would be no reason. See, this is what people don't understand. You say Simmons worried about tiebreakers and it's not even Christmas. So let's put this in perspective, Sean. Let's put it in perspective. They've lost to Orlando. Okay, I'm not going to worry about it right now. I ain't going to worry about it. We've lost the season series to Orlando. I'll wait until it's April, and then I'll worry about those losses that we had in November to Orlando. Either way, we lost the season series. So yes, I am concerned about it because we lost the season series to them, which means we lost the tiebreaker to them. That's what I'm talking about. We lost the tiebreaker to them. You know what I'm saying? D. Coolest, I agree 100%. I care about every game because I believe every game builds something for your basketball team. Every game. D. Coolest said, I care about every game. Don't know what y'all on. I care about every game too. I'm not saying the season is over. It's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that. Fred said, Sim, you're acting like if we're going to be battling 6 out of 8 to get into the playoffs. That's not what I'm not saying we're going to be battling. We're going to be the 6th seed. I'm not saying that. But you know what I am going to say, though? This is the mindset to me when someone says, oh, we're definitely going to be in the playoffs. We're automatically in the playoffs. When you start thinking that you're automatically in, I think that's a problem. I think you've always, especially as a basketball team, you can't approach it like, yeah, we're definitely there. You've got to approach it like we've got to earn it every time you step out there on the floor. That's how I feel about it. You've got to approach it as if you've got to earn it. Those teams like the Pistons right now, these teams that have a chip on their shoulder, they knock off teams that don't have a chip on their shoulder. And I don't feel like we have a chip on our shoulder. Sometimes I feel like this team feels as though we've earned something. We've done something. Okay, we went to the Eastern Conference Finals. One year, we got close to getting to the Eastern Conference Finals if it wasn't for injuries. We ain't did shit yet. I'm sorry. We ain't did nothing yet. So I don't want to act like we did something. I don't want to act like we are this major freaking basketball, this juggernaut that just knocks everybody out every year. Nah, I don't. We're a team that's still going through that grind. We're trying to become this veteranized team. Yeah, making it up. We're trying to become that team. And we're going through the ups and downs of it. Cool. But I believe if there's something to win, Jalen Brunson said it the other day. If there's something to win, win it. The hell are we talking about? I feel like, we act like we did something. We act like I don't know. We ain't do nothing yet. JJ from Brooklyn, what's popping with you, brother? How you feeling?
What's popping, Sim? How you feeling, man?
Frustrated at this loss. I'm frustrated at it.
Me too, big time, man.
I don't like it when, we take leads and give it back. We let one guy dominate the basketball game. They dominated the matchups by utilizing the switching defense against us.
Oh my God, I got to talk about that.
Yeah, talk to me.
Why did the Knicks think it was a good idea to put Jaylen Brunson on Jaylen Brown for most of the game?
Well,
what did you think?
It wasn't really that they were putting Jaylen Brunson on Jaylen Brown.
No, right. They
were switching. So, for example,
why are you letting them switch?
Hart would be defending.
Why are you letting them get that switch?
That's what I'm saying.
Why?
Right? Hart would be defending Jaylen Brown, for example.
Right.
And then whoever was defending Jaylen Brunson would set the screen and they would switch. Automatically switch.
Why? Oh.
I don't know. And so the Celtics were taking advantage of that, especially in that second quarter.
Over and over.
Jaylen
Brown. He's like, where's Brunson?
Yep.
Oh, there he is. Okay.
Yep.
We're going to get this switch.
Yep.
Come on, man. What are we doing out here? I don't know. I just don't know.
I don't know. And maybe, maybe it's something that, listen, I can speak as a coach. You do something and you're trying to work out a style of a defense and you figure out at a certain point you learn that it's not working, right? So you're trying it. Let's see if we can get it to work. And you're going to make mistakes and things are going to happen. Teams are going to take advantage of this or that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And at some point you say, okay, maybe we need to switch it. But you try it. You give it a go, right? And in order for something to work, I can say this. In order for something to work, you got to keep trying it for a while. You got to keep trying to work it out. You know what I'm saying? Then maybe at some point it doesn't work and you say, okay, this ain't happening. We got to switch up out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, to put your worst defender on their best player. I mean, it was for most of the game.
Yeah.
I mean, just the switch here.
Yeah.
He was literally looking for Brunson. Like, where is Brunson? I'm going to get the switch. They're going to give me the switch, and I'm just going to abuse him over and over and over.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Part of it though is once you have a defensive scheme and you're working on it, right? And so now that scheme isn't working for you. You sometimes a coach is like, I got to work on this scheme before I put it on the floor. So all right, this switching ain't working. Working on this, sometimes you don't just do it mid-game, right? Because you've been working with this scheme for however long, So, sometimes it's some of that, and then the team is taking advantage of it, and it's hard to switch out of it. It's hard to switch to something else that you haven't worked on, right? You can go to, I guess you could have went to straight up man-to-man defense, That's entirely possible, but I don't know. It was a rough one tonight. Not a pretty game tonight.
I mean, it was frustrating too because for the most part, I guess until the end they were hitting some threes, Boston, but the first half it was all inside the paint. I think they were. They were, I think, 0 for 8 or 0 for 9 in the first quarter. And, then the second quarter was basically inside the paint.
Yeah.
just taking advantage of Brunson,
Yeah.
taking advantage of Hart's lack of size, and
Yeah.
obviously Cat, as that goes without saying.
And
But
we're not necessarily playing smart all the time. D. Coolis is on point with this. He said, I thought McCall or Cat should have put the team on their back down the stretch, but they forced it to Brunson, who was off all night. Right now, finally, the last
100%.
minute, they realized, Mikal Bridges is hot. Let's give him the ball.
Right. Yes.
Let's let him be the one. But
agreed.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? And this is where Brunson, in my opinion, has to get better. And he did have 11 assists tonight. Right? He wasn't hitting. He had 11 assists. But when it comes down to that crunch time, like D. Coolis is saying, realize, what, I haven't been having, it ain't been going for me. Let me find Cat. Let me find McCall.
Right.
Let me get these guys in the mix because it's not happening for me. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
100%. And I think that's where he's got to grow to.
Right.
Yeah, he's got to grow to that. You know what I mean? And also, I didn't mean to cut you off. Sorry about that. And also,
no, you're good, brother.
I know people are going to get mad at me again because I'm saying something about Cat, and I'm watching the game with my fiance, and I'm telling her, I'm saying this is the reason why I get mad at Cat. In the second quarter, he's out there on the floor with Josh Hart, Tyler Kolek, Yabusele, him, and maybe it was Deuce. I don't know, somebody. I forgot. He's the best player in that squad. He's the best offensive player we have out there on the floor. Why is he not demanding the ball? Why is he not making sure that he touches the ball every single possession during that stretch? And during that stretch, the Boston go on their run. Right? Boston goes on and they're coming back. And I'm like, Cat, demand the ball. Find a way to get the ball. You're the best offensive player on the floor. And this is what frustrates me about him. Kev said he knew exactly what I was about to say. Yep. And Kev said he was screaming like, "Come on, Cat!" And that's where I get frustrated because I feel like he knows he's that best in that group. He's the best offensive guy out there. You know what I'm saying? But he doesn't just really, really demand it. You know what I mean? And they couldn't guard him. Yeah. Exactly, Kev. They couldn't guard him. He's getting fouled when he goes to the basket because he's too big. He could dominate down there whenever he wanted to. And it was in that stretch right there, I'm like, yo, just go get the ball. Scream, holler to your teammates to give me the rock. And I just feel like we need some of that from Cat sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially when you're out there with that group.
This was a game where he was great in the post, down low. But we needed more. We needed more of it.
Right. We need more of it. You know what I'm saying? And he's got to start to recognize those moments. You know what I'm saying? When JB is not in the game and it's just him out there, he's the man. Not just him, but he's out there with that group. He's the man. He's the guy.
Right.
He's just too talented. He's too talented. You know what I'm saying? And I do understand it's about personality, right? And he has, maybe he just doesn't have that aggressive type personality. You know what I mean? Which means somebody else has to do it. But, I just want to see him do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm with you. He's a man. As much as people got on Randall, how frustrating he was. It's very similar. Like he's a very frustrating player.
Yeah.
Super duper frustrating, man.
Yeah. Just the opposite way with Cat. People was mad with Randall because he would let his emotions go overboard.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or let something affect him where his brain is not in the game or something like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
With Cat, it's it's different. It's the opposite way.
Right. Exactly. Right. And now, who was it, the coolest that said that about, yeah, I couldn't agree more. Like, it's not your night, Brunson. That's okay.
Yeah.
Let Bridges take it home.
Yeah.
He was, NBA Jam on fire.
It was
I mean,
killing.
my
This man was
God,
killing.
let
And there
let
was
him take it. Let
there was
him,
a three down the
oh,
stretch that maybe he didn't have to take, and I was like, I don't even care that he took it because he
yeah,
was
right.
8 for 11.
No,
Why
right,
not take it? He was 8 for 11 from the
Yeah,
3-point line. Yeah, he's gonna take it.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
take it.
And he wasn't even mad at him
Yeah,
about it.
nah. Yeah, I think we were down 4. Yeah,
Yeah,
I was cool with it.
yep, and
I
he
was
took
cool
that
with it.
three. You know what I'm saying? But why not? He's
Yeah,
8 for 11.
yeah, take it.
You know,
Like, yeah. Ah, I
Bridges
hate
was
losing
hot.
to Boston. Ah,
Bridges was hot.
yeah,
The best game that he's had this season, and let's hope that
man.
this really helps him to start turning the page a little bit.
Do you think with Bridges, like the efficiency so far, yeah, it's been pretty amazing. Like, but I still, at times, he leaves me like, damn, could you have done more? Like, there's games he's like 8 for 11. I'm like, no, like, take 18, 19, 20
Yeah,
shots. Like,
yeah.
why not? Like, why are you stopping? Like, do you think that's him? Do you think it's just playing with Brunson and Cat? Like, that they're just,
I
you
think part
know,
of it is his mind.
I don't,
Is just who he is as a person, his
mm,
mindset.
you think so, huh?
Yeah, I do. I think it's just who
Yeah,
he is. He's okay
you
with
do.
being the second fiddle guy. Not that he has to be the number one guy, but he doesn't have that type of
Mm,
aggressive mindset.
mm,
Stars, most of your stars are a little bit selfish, right?
right,
They're a little bit
right,
selfish. You know what I mean? And Bridges doesn't really have that in him. Neither
right,
does Cat.
right.
Brunson is really the only guy that's a little bit well, Jordan Clarkson, but
Yeah.
Jordan Clarkson does.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That guy shoot up anything. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Oh man.
But
Oof.
God, yeah, just a little bit of selfishness. If Cat just had a
Yeah.
little bit of selfishness,
Right.
you know,
100%.
yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, but listen, Bridges still filled up the stat sheet tonight: 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 35 points for
Man.
Bridges, 12 for 17 from the field, 8 for 12 from the 3-point line,
See.
3 for 3 from the free throw line.
Oof.
Just a great shooting night for Bridges.
Wow.
Brunson still had 21 shots. Karl Anthony Towns had 19 shots, and he should have had 19 shots. Bridges, as hot as he was all night, he shouldn't be he shouldn't have 17. He should have had 21.
No. Right. 100%.
In the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
In the fourth quarter. Right? Okay, Bridges took 6
Yeah.
shots. He was 5 for 6. Brunson took 7 shots. Karl Anthony Towns was 4 for 4
Oh.
in the fourth quarter. If I'm Brunson, I don't even need to shoot the rock. I'm gonna be a threat anyway. Get the ball to these dudes.
Right. This is on Brunson. I'm sorry. I know he's our guy. I get it. We
Get the
all
ball
love
to
him.
these dudes.
But that doesn't mean he's not, he could get the smoke. And this
Yeah.
one was on Brunson. It
You
just
know?
was. On
Yeah.
both ends of the court.
Okay.
He's,
I
it is
can't even
what it
argue
is.
with you. Karl
He's
Anthony
sold.
Towns, 11 points in the fourth quarter, 4 for 4. Mikal Bridges, 17 points in the fourth quarter, 5 for 6. Brunson, 4 points in the fourth quarter, 2 for 7. He still took the most shots in the fourth quarter.
Oh.
Well, kind of. Maybe not. Maybe Bridges took the most shots, or did he get foul shooting? Maybe he got foul shooting a 3-pointer or something. So maybe he took 7 shots too. It just didn't count because he got fouled. Right? Cat, I guess, took 5. 5 attempts. Really, when you get fouled, it doesn't count as an attempt.
Right. Right.
So you do have to look at
Yeah.
those free throws.
Yeah.
Still, he shouldn't have took
listen, I
7.
love
He shouldn't have took
Brunson,
7 attempts. If you're not hitting.
Yep.
I can understand you took a couple of them. See if something happens. Maybe I get hot. It didn't. Let me get the ball to the guys that's cooking.
100%, man. Like,
know.
listen, I love Brunson just like everyone else, but he sold on both ends of the court. We got to keep it a buck.
Yeah.
Honestly, like defensively, not even on Brown. Besides being on Brown, he gave up a lot more points. Just he was not rotating whatsoever to 3-point shooters. His defense was horrifying.
Yeah.
Not just when he was matched up with Brown, which was absurd in every way possible. But
Rough
yeah,
night for the
I'm
Knicks.
sorry, you got to be better. You got to be better.
You're right.
It happens.
You're right.
But
Gotta
this
be
is
better.
on Brunson. You know,
Got to be better. A rough night for the Knicks, but yeah, we got to be better. We got to make better decisions.
Yeah.
You know what I didn't see down the stretch of this game was the IQ, the basketball intelligence from the team. I didn't see that basketball intelligence, and it's something that we expect from this team. And it's something that bothers me with the way that we've approached the season, because I feel like we've approached this season. You know, you heard me talking about the seeding and all that kind of stuff. I feel like we've approached this season like we have this highly, highly intelligent basketball team and we don't. Not that I'm not saying we're dumb. I'm just saying we are a team that we got young vets, right? And you know we're getting experience with being a quote unquote top team and how teams are going to approach you, right? You know, we've been the hunter for a lot of years. We're the hunted.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We're the hunted that hasn't really proved much besides that we could get to the Eastern Conference Finals. I get that, right? But I'm talking about proved much as far as going to the NBA Finals. We're the hunted because of the expectations. You know what I'm saying? So every team that comes at us is coming at us with their best every single night because we're considered to be one of the top teams. So they know they've got to step up and step out when we are in their building or they're in our building. You understand what I'm saying? And we've got to understand that being the hunted, we've got to understand that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And how we got to approach games. And I felt like, and I know some guys that disagree, and I'm glad people disagree. You know what I'm saying? I like disagreements because, one, I like to argue. I like to debate. I do. I could debate somebody all day long.
That's why you like Sean Richardson.
Yeah, exactly. That's why. Yeah, I bet you I could sit with Sean all day long, and we probably debate all day long, and then you know what I'm saying, sit down and watch a movie and eat some dinner and have a beer or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, I do like the debate.
Yeah.
You know, I could do it all day long, but I just fully believe that we started the season. I feel like we started the season with the wrong mindset. Kind of a mindset that we're automatically in the playoffs. We're automatically
like our ish don't stink. You know?
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we're we're above, we're up here, and I just don't. I think we're still earning that.
Right.
Yeah,
right. Like Orlando. What did Orlando say when they beat us the first game? We had this one scheduled.
Yep. We had this
one, you know,
circled on our schedule. Yeah. We wanted this one right here.
Yeah.
Yep. What do you think the Celtics?
Right on our schedule.
The Celtics wanted this one. We took them out in the playoff. Oh, you know what? Let's show them. Let's prove to the world that we can beat this team that's supposed to be the best. We're 11-9. We're going through changes. We lost half our team. Our superstar is out. Let's show the world that we can beat the New York Knicks. It's going to be like that all season long. So, you know, we don't have to. What do you think
Detroit's saying?
Exactly.
I can't wait to get these guys again. Let us get them in the playoffs again.
Right.
Man.
They're the number one team in the Eastern Conference right now. They can't wait. They have us circled. They're looking at us like we can't wait to play them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they see us as a team that they've got to get through.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we've got to learn how to play with that kind of pressure on us.
Yeah.
You know. So,
yeah.
And you know, as we're going through the season and we're learning how to play with this type of pressure on us, and you know, we're fighting battles, it's gonna help us become a little more of a grizzled team. I can't say that. Right? We'll be more of a grizzled team with some We would have been in some dog fights. We would have been through bad stretches together, good stretches together. Like, that's what builds you into that veteranized team that I'm talking about. When you go through those type struggles. So, it's going to help us build us. It's going to help the builders. No doubt.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and last thing, I got to give credit to, how do you say his name on the Celtics? Minot?
Oh, yeah.
I thought his,
yeah,
his defense on Brunson was great, man. Like, those are the guys that he could still tend to struggle with, those 6'8", 6'9"-ish, long, athletic wings. And but he did a superb job, man.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, D. Coolis said, Knicks just need to bring back that physicality on defense 90 style. I'm with that 100%. Bring that back. That back. Please. We need it back. We need that. No doubt.
Yep. No doubt. All right, so
appreciate JJ. You, brother. Appreciate you, bro.
All right, man.
All right, peace.
Peace, bro.
Yeah, ladies, don't get mad at me, folks. Please don't get mad at me. Tonight, the Knicks were led in scoring by Mikal Bridges. The Warden, ladies and gentlemen, 35 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. The guy was hot all night long. Brother was cooking. Karl Anthony Towns, 29.7 rebounds, 2 assists. Also 4 turnovers for Cat, but he was hot. Josh Hart, 19.7 rebounds, 4 assists. Jaylen Brunson, 15 points and 11 assists. But he only shot 28% from the field and 12.5% from the three-point line. Deuce McBride had 9 points, 6 of them in the first quarter. Jordan Clarkson, 4 points. Tyler Kolek had 4 points. Not much else going on with these New York Knicks, ladies and gentlemen, tonight. Not defensively. Offensively, they was okay. Defensively, Boston Celtics, dare I say we were outcoached. Some people might not want to hear that. Some people are going to say I'm throwing shots and comparing them to tips. No, but I think we did get outcoached. We got outcoached, and a guy in Jaylen Brown outplayed us. 42 points for Jaylen Brown tonight. 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal. 16 for 24 from the field. 22 points for Derek White. Then they had even scoring across the board. All right, 12 points from Anthony Simons. 11 points from Josh Minott. 8 points and 6 rebounds from Keita. However you say his name. 8 points and 6 rebounds from Walsh. 6 points from Sam Hauser. But the Celtics outsmarted us tonight. You know what I'm saying? They outsmarted us tonight. It was their night. They outsmarted us. They did some things, but they were better down the stretch. They were better coming back, and they were better down the stretch. What can you say? Got my man Silk Sutton online. After you, Silk, gonna listen to Mike Brown talk about the game. But Silk, what's poppin' with you, brother? How you feeling?
I'm all right, son. I'm all right.
You're all right. You're all right.
Like I said,
there's only a few losses that I'm all right with. This ain't one of them. Go ahead.
I don't know. I'm just tired of us losing on the road. But at least we lost coming in. This was not a blowout, but coming down fighting. But I think Mike Brown gonna learn to
My fault. I put the interview up a little bit too early. Go ahead. My bad.
No problem. Mike Brown cut me off, but that's okay.
My brother says, get out of here, Silk. I'm going to let them know what we did.
Right. I think Mike Brown is going to learn like Tiz finally learned in the playoffs. Josh Hart can't guard Tatum. Josh Hart can't guard Jaylen Brown. It got to be OG or Mikal.
OG? Okay, OG's not there. And Mikal?
Right.
I don't know. I feel like
he does better with his length. Does better against Mikal against Jaylen Brown than Hart. Hart plays stronger, but he's not longer.
But see, I think no matter who was on him, they were going to take advantage of us switching, and they were going to find a way to get Jalen Brunson on them. Right. Exactly.
But if you got OG there, then Brunson could do that little fake, I'm coming at you to stop you from driving and go back to where I am, like they were doing last year in the playoffs. Because now you got 2 defenders, Mikal and OG, with length and strength that can guard Jaylen Brown. See, Jaylen Brown wouldn't have done that if OG was there tonight. Because
I
OG
agree.
would have
I
played
agree.
him one time,
I agree.
and then the switch would have came from Mikal.
I agree. I think the issue is we've got to figure out how not to allow the switch. Because basically what they're going to do, it doesn't matter. Whoever Jalen Brunson is guarding is who they're going to send to set the screen because they know we're going to switch. It doesn't matter. Whoever he's guarding, they're going to send that person to set the screen. So
Right.
the solution is not to switch.
No, I think
Fight over the
solution is
screen.
do what we did last year. Remember what we did last year? Brunson just flashed to Brown until somebody could come back in front of him. Then he went back to his man. He didn't stay on Brown. See, now,
So
these switches, Brown
check this out.
got Jay Brunson staying on Brown the whole defensive time.
Uh-huh.
We were just flashing Brunson on Brown so he couldn't drive, and then Brunson would leave, and the next guy would come up and take Brown one-on-one.
Yeah.
But that's what they want. They
Right.
want you to double team so they can hit
Right.
the open three. They don't want you to play one-on-one defense
Yeah.
with people who got the same size.
Yeah. I mean,
And like I said, and our role players, on the road this year, our role players don't show up. Dudes who've been averaging 16 and 18, he come up with his normal 8 or 9. Clarkson come up with 4, whatever he got.
yeah.
Our role players don't dominate like we do at home. We got to fix that.
That's true. I mean, that's true. That's true. We got to get stronger on the road. And I
That
think
was pissing me off in the first half. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I think we've got to not switch. I mean, Brown was the guy that was hot, 42 points. Like, he was the guy that was really juicing us up. Not switch, right? Fight over the screen or fight under the screen. If you fight under the screen, then you're chancing giving him a 3-point shot. He was 2 for 6 tonight from the 3-point line. You fight over the screen, you know he's going to be able to go to the basket, right? But then you get somebody to help until that player recovers. You know what I mean? But you don't give him the one-on-one because this is what would happen, right?
Right.
Whoever Jaylen Brunson was guarding would set the screen. They would switch, right? And then Jaylen Brunson would take Jaylen Brown. And then no more screens came. I mean, isn't that something that you would notice? Okay, now they're not screening. Oh, why? Because Brunson's guarding them. So now they just clear out and let them go to work.
I know. And this was Brunson's worst game as a Knick. I ain't never seen Brunson with no -4. so this was his worst. You ain't gonna get too many Brunson games like this.
Nah.
That's why I ain't sweating that much about it. It just because honestly, Cat's number looked good, but Cat was pissing me off in the first half. Double team coming in, he still trying to curl in and scoring 2 guys. They hit 3 in a row. He opened by himself. Pass it. Stop holding the ball because you think you could score on their center with 2 guys on you because you trying to hunt for the foul. Pat was pissing me off in the first half. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I was like, come on,
Not
man.
a good game for the
Play
Knicks
smarter.
tonight. Right. We didn't really play that smart tonight on either side of the ball. I mean, we shot well, but we didn't play that smart. Yeah.
And Sim, you know what I want to talk about, right?
What's that?
Giannis.
Oh gosh, we still growing as a team, man. I mean, I know he took all his name
He
off.
asking for a trade
I
now,
know.
though. He ain't being patient. He asking for a trade now. So let me ask the question: if it's you, our team as it is, if this is the only shot we got as Giannis, are you sticking with the team that we got as a whole, or are you trying to?
How do you know that would be the? Oh, you're saying the only shot that we have at getting Giannis? I see what you're saying.
Right, because if he goes to Miami or somebody, they ain't letting him walk, and we can't get him as a free agent. So only shot we got him as a trade to keep him on our team. And if the only shot we got is in mid-season, so I think that's what Leon Rose got. Did a lot of vets who played in the league as their two-way guys. In case we got to do this and take our Deuce or Hart and the OG of our team for Giannis, we got some vets who at least played in the league on other teams and was semi-productive to come in as fill-ins for the regular
season. Why you put me in
season.
this situation, man? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I get it. I mean, listen, Giannis
I don't think Milwaukee wants Cat because they got Miles Bridges. They got Miles Turner. So they don't want
but those two guys can play together. They can play together. They both can shoot the three.
They both kind of soft centers, though. They're not physical centers.
I mean, that's true. I don't know if but theoretically, on offense, they should be able to play together. Right? Cat and Miles Turner should be able to play together.
Giannis goes with a stretch big. I don't think the Knicks want to get rid of Cat if they get
You
Giannis.
said Giannis is a stretch big?
If Giannis playing power forward, they may want to get rid of OG. Because Giannis going to take over OG's spot.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
And I could see them getting rid of Deuce.
Come on, man.
I know, but you got to get something for Giannis. Come on, he's an MVP.
Yeah, I mean, is that even gonna match? Deuce makes $4 million.
No, but you getting OG's contract.
Right. But OG, what's Giannis's contract?
OG and the Hawk gonna be the matching money.
OG okay. Our depth is going down the tubes, and then you're throwing in Deuce. Our depth is going down the tubes. No depth now.
But this gonna be the starting line.
Who we playing now? Who we putting on the floor?
It's gonna be the starting line is gonna be Brunson, Shamet, McHale, Giannis, Cat, and gonna be the Trey Masters and the guy that used to play for the Nets is coming off the two-way, and they're gonna fill up our bench. So you're probably gonna get Yabu.
We're gonna give Mike Brown.
We're gonna get rid of Yabu because I ain't gonna use the 3-letter word no more for that brother.
Listen,
but we're gonna get rid of him. His money gonna come off, and we're gonna bring them two-ways guys in to fill the bench up with Jordan.
Right. And guess what? We're gonna give Mike Brown the same type of line, no depth, just like Tom Thibodeau had. No depth.
But remember,
no depth.
You got those two-way guys that played on other teams that was been productive. They gonna replace the Yabus. The Trey Masterson is gonna replace the Yabus, and we still gonna have Mitch at the backup center. So that's what. I don't know, man. I'm saying that's what we're gonna do. I don't. Hart's killing me. I don't want to get rid of Hart. He's hitting threes now, but to get Giannis, they might have to say, we might have to break up the roommates.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I know. But the question is, if this is your only shot at Giannis, are you cool with keeping the lineup, the team as is, and making a run at OKC or taking a shot at Giannis?
My thing is getting Giannis does not. Do you know the type of depth that OKC has?
I know.
So just because you get Giannis doesn't mean that now all of a sudden Milwaukee Bucks have Giannis and they're not nowhere near. They're not good.
But they don't have other guys. They don't have no other one-on-one guys. See, Giannis is the only one-on-one guy that could beat anybody
I get
one-on-one.
That. They had Dame last year.
Dame is not a one-on-one guy no more. He's not. When he went there, he's not a one. He wasn't Portland Dame. He wasn't.
I mean,
he hit some threes once in a while. He was not Portland Dame.
I'm just saying, and I'm not trying to knock Giannis. Obviously, Giannis is great, but what I'm saying is, you need the depth, especially in today's NBA. You need the depth. You need it because teams are too deep. Teams are deep. OKC is mad deep. They got guys on the bench that would start for some teams. They probably got an 11th guy that'll start for some teams. Teams need depth. That's the thing that I'm scared of. That we would give away all of our depth.
I don't think Leon Rose think we're a championship team this year. I don't think the Leon Rose look at the Knicks and say, "Oh, we beating OKC this year."
But if we,
I think he come on getting Giannis and try to make it to the finals this year and see what feelings we need after that. I think that's what Leon Rose. I think everybody's saying, "Well, we ain't beat no KC this year. No one beat no KC."
I feel like this is what I feel like with this happening, right? And
Right.
you know, I'm not saying this to be mad about Thibodeau, right? But it's not that at all. It's just what I feel happening is that we're getting farther and farther away from an identity that we built. And
I got you.
and next thing you know is lost, and we're floating out here in the middle, you know, winning 50, 55 games, but can't win anything. You know what I'm saying? Because we kind of lost who we were. You know what I'm saying? And I do feel like with Thibodeau not the coach, we lost a little bit of that. And I'm not saying we can't win with Mike Brown, because Mike Brown is going to bring something else. You know what I'm saying? So with I feel like with Randall gone, we lost some. With Thibodeau gone, we lost some of that, right? So now with this group that we have, we're building an identity of this group, right? And now we make another trade, and it hijacks the identity of this group that the identity we're trying to build, and we got to build a new identity.
So basically, you're saying you rather ride and die with the crew we got and forget Giannis.
I don't know. It'd be tough to pass up on Giannis because it's Giannis.
Only reason I say that because teams like Orlando, Detroit, with the group we got, may be tough for us. Because Cat just frustrates me sometimes on the defensive side and the dumb plays he makes. And we need somebody reliable to go with Brunson in the playoff, who get a reliable number 2 that can get us 30 points every game. Giannis will be able to do that. Cat can just float around. When he gets hot, that's add-on.
That's true.
And if he's not there, he's not there.
I agree.
And he can do what he do.
I agree.
But we need a reliable number 2, unless you think Mikal Bridges could be that reliable number 2.
No, I don't. I don't. I get it. I understand. Trust me, I understand.
Yeah, because Cat is showing us he's not that reliable number 2. He could be a 3, but he ain't going to be a every game number 2, 25 points. Book it.
Yeah. Oh, no. So
he could get frustrated with fouls and talking to the referee.
Yeah.
And this and this and that. And I love Cat, but sometimes he's the most dumbest superstar I ever seen. I'm like, Josh, why is it hot? You get a double team. Why you trying to force it among 2 guys? Just throw it back out the heart quick.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you doing?
You're making me think too much. 12:30. You're making me think too much.
All right. I'm going to leave it alone.
I'll
let
think
it
too
go.
much about it. I don't know. We'll
So
see.
we talk about it next time.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I can see Yabu going, and the only 2 guys I'm going to be hurt if they going is Hart and Deuce. But for Giannis, you may have to give up 2 role players to make it work. Because I don't think Milwaukee just want picks, because they got picks going out. So they still want to be a competitive team.
If Giannis came to this team, who's number 1, JB or Giannis?
1-1A.
That still means that one person is better.
Yeah, Giannis probably going to be a better dude in the playoff, because there ain't going to be nobody really going to be able to stop Giannis. There's going to be 3 guys on Giannis, and Brunson going to be open all day. He ain't going to never be that open in his life.
Who gets the ball in the clutch? Right now, it's clear. You know who's getting the ball. It's Brunson. Who's getting the ball? Giannis or Brunson?
Because he's Brunson. Giannis going to carry it for 3 quarters. Brunson's going to be closing. That ain't going to change. But at least we can rely on Giannis to give us 30 points on a regular basis. We can't rely on Cat to do that. Sometimes he'll show up with 16, then he'll come up with 29,
you're right.
15.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, okay.
That's why I'm saying he's going to still be on our team. We're not getting rid of Cat. So when they triple team Giannis in the paint when he's driving,
that's right. That's right. You're saying we're not getting rid of him. Right.
We're not getting rid of Cat. We're getting rid of OG.
Brunson, Cat, and
Giannis
Giannis.
going to take over the OG spot.
Brunson, Cat, and Giannis. Okay. I mean,
with Mikal as the swing man, we're not giving up both of our wingmen, our defensive wing. We're not giving up both of them. They want both of them, then y'all can kick rocks.
I mean, okay, if we're doing OG, somebody else.
Hart, Deuce, some of the young guys.
I mean, listen, if
That-
I'm
that
doing
we-
OG and Hart, they're gonna have to take that.
I know.
And I'm keeping Deuce.
No, they're not gonna.
So at least we can find.
MVP, Tim.
Huh?
We talking about an MVP. They're not gonna get rid of just Hart and OG and
some
call it a
picks.
day.
Get that man some picks.
OG and Hart is matching the money, but they need a young player for their future. So they're gonna want Deuce.
Okay. I mean, all right, but Deuce is not that kind of future. He has a good future in the NBA. He's going to be a good role player, a starter, maybe.
No,
on
they're
the
gonna
team,
ask for
but he's not going to be.
They're gonna ask for Kolick, the Dottiers. They're gonna ask for one of them young guys for their future. They might ask for Kolick to go over there. Who knows?
Kolick ain't that kind of future either.
If we could swing a Tayshaun Prince to come over to our side to help our bench out, that'll work. But it ain't gonna be just Milwaukee and the Knicks. It's gonna be a 3-team trade kind of thing.
All right. Well, we'll see.
Because we ain't got enough picks in the middle of the season to satisfy Milwaukee. So we're gonna have to do a 3-team kind of trade kind of thing.
Yeah. D Public Enemy said OG Clarkson and Yabu for Giannis. I don't think that's enough money.
Nah, they ain't gonna want that.
Anyway, all right.
They gonna want Yabusele.
Yeah.
Another team may want Yabusele, and that's where we can get the picks, but they ain't gonna want Yabusele. I'm just saying, as Knicks fans, we got to make a decision. If this is our only shot at Giannis, are we going to pass on Giannis and stick with our team we got, or are we going to try to take a shot?
Kev said,
if we go with not getting Giannis, then it is what it is.
Yeah. Kev said, keep this in mind, Silk. If Giannis says he wants out, they have to take what they can get. They won't have no leverage, and that's true. Now, there'll be a lot of teams trying to fight for him.
He's saying now that LA's his number one choice. He ain't even talking Knicks like now.
Well, I don't know. So.
Right. So.
All right, so.
All right, y'all.
You making me think too hard.
I know.
Me think
it's
too
late
hard.
night. You need some sleep.
Yeah.
Don't be waking up in the middle of the night yelling Giannis. Your wife gonna be looking at you like,
what's wrong with you? What you talking about, Giannis? Yeah. All right. So appreciate it, bro. All right. Peace. All right. Let's take a listen, ladies and gentlemen, to what let's talk to Spree real quick, and then we'll listen to Mr. Mike Brown, and then we'll be up out of here. Spree, what's poppin' with you, bro? How you feeling?
I want Giannis.
Uh-oh. Oh, boy.
I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. I had thoughts about this last night in my dreams.
He's dreaming about Giannis.
Say again?
Nah, he's dreaming about Giannis. Like, what's going on?
I know, I ain't dreaming. No, I wasn't dreaming about Giannis, but I was thinking about it this afternoon after I saw them lose to the Wizards. And, I mean, my whole thing is just really quick, because I don't want to go crazy on it. It's just like the Knicks have 2 months to figure out this team. Like, I want to see the Knicks play the really good teams. I want to see them play OKC. I want to see them play Detroit. I want to see them play against the big boys. I want to see what this current Knicks team looks like until February, and then I'll assess the Giannis thing. But my take is I think the East is wide open. The Knicks can make the finals. They could. Mm-hmm. They may not. I think there's a number of teams in the East that can make the finals. Do I think the Knicks can beat OKC in a 7-game series right now? I do not. The season is not over. As far as the Giannis thing, the only way it would work, again, my answer will be, let me see what the team is by February. But the only way it works is if Giannis comes out and says, I'm only playing for the Knicks. I'm not re-signing anywhere else. I think Leon Rose would offer OG, Mitch, Dottier, and whatever picks we have left, pick swaps. Why would the Bucks do that? They would be stupid to do that. But if Giannis forces their hand and says, I'm not going anywhere else, I'm not re-signing anywhere else, I could see that type of package possibly working.
Yeah.
But I mean, look, I love OG, but as much as I love OG, I would do that. Mitch is not a perfect player. Mitch brings value, but he's not a perfect player. I don't think the Knicks are going to trade Josh Hart. I could be wrong. I don't think Leon should trade both OG and Bridges in a Giannis package. That's just me. I think they can get one of them. I'd prefer to give OG over Bridges. That's just me. I think Bridges would fit better with Giannis.
I agree.
Here.
I agree.
But this is way premature. I'm just thinking long term because Milwaukee is playing really badly right now.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to figure this thing out for the next 2 months before February to understand, because the caller's right. Like, if Giannis is available by the trade deadline, this is going to be the conversation.
Obviously.
But as far as the game tonight, just really quick, I don't really have a problem with Jaylen Brunson having a bad game, like offensively. Like, I really don't, because it's so rare that he's going to shoot the ball like that. I can't tell you how many times I've seen Brunson look like that. Not many, but I just thought defensively they got exposed.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought some of it was coaching too, especially those high ball screens that they killed us.
Yeah.
Absolutely kept going back to it. It was terrible. The bench was awful. We talked a lot about how Clarkson's been good in a lot of games. Nobody on the bench played well. It was one of those games we got nothing from the bench. This may be a crazy take, Sim, that I want your opinion on. And the only reason I'm saying this is because I like Bridges. I like Bridges, and I think highly of him. You look at the box score, and he had a great game, right? He made all of his catch and shoot threes. He was in rhythm. What do you have, 30 plus, 33, 35?
Who, Bridges? 35.
Yeah, 35. Okay. I still think, and maybe some of it is on Brunson, I'll go back and watch it. I still think early on in that game, Sam, I still thought Mikal could have been even more aggressive. Like, I didn't think he was attacking the paint or getting into the paint at all. And most of his shots came from the three.
Yeah.
Catch and shoot. Like, I didn't think Bridges, did you see Bridges attack off the dribble at all much tonight?
A couple of times. I mean, yeah, I mean, you're right. He still played basically a catch and shoot type of game. And, when I get it, I'll do what I can. He still played that type of game.
And I know people in the chat are going to think I'm crazy. I'm not blaming Mikal. Mikal had a great game. Mikal in the fourth quarter was awesome. But I still think this team needs Mikal. I thought, like, when Brunson gives you the ball in the second quarter, third quarter, you don't always need to just pass it right back to him. You can get into the paint yourself. You know how to dribble. You can get in there for me. Other guys got to open it up. It can't just be Jaylen Brunson getting into that paint. I thought Deuce did it a little bit tonight, but I think there's more for Mikal, and some of it is on the teammates to get Mikal in the spots, but Mikal can dribble and get in there. But Mikal was awesome. I know people are going to think I'm crazy. Oh, I'm blaming Bridges. No, I'm saying I think he can provide even more, Sim.
Okay. Well,
especially on a night where Jaylen doesn't have it that well, and Jaylen's got to understand he doesn't have it.
yeah.
But that doesn't mean Jaylen should stop shooting. He should understand. Look, let others get into the paint and let's get Brunson an open catch and shoot three, right?
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I wanted to leave you on that. But the Giannis thing is interesting to me. It has to be the right package. But we will revisit this in 2 months.
I'm sure we will.
Yes, this is going to be, in my opinion, we are going to have to make a decision on that.
Yeah. And it's going to be the talk of the league.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
Spree. Appreciate you, brother.
Peace.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know. I don't know. Every time we do this, and if we make this trade, I mean, Leon Rose and the team has done a good job. The team isn't perfect. They've done a good job. I don't know if it's the right move. I don't know. I guess we'll have some time for that. Anyway, let's take a listen to Mike Brown. All right, and then I'm up out of here, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mike Brown on tonight's basketball game.
I thought the second and third quarter, we didn't play up to the level that we're capable of, which is going to happen. I thought we came out in the first quarter, did a great job with our physicality and keeping them off the glass and moving the basketball. And in the second and third quarter, we didn't do that. I thought their bench was really good, impacting the game. Obviously, Jaylen Brown had a huge game for them with 42 points, but the unsung heroes are the guys that really impacted the game. I thought there was a young kid, Josh Minot. He did a great job knocking down open threes when the ball got swung to him. He did a nice job defensively. Even Sam Hauser, his 2 threes were really big for them. Those guys are combined 5 for 8 from the 3-point line. If you take those guys away, the team was 8 for 32, which is pretty good. Jordan Walsh impacted the game at a high level with his 4 offensive rebounds. I thought he had a really good game. We just couldn't get it done defensively in the fourth. Our guys did a great job fighting back. We couldn't get it done defensively in the fourth. Jaylen stepped up and hit some big shots. Jordan, like I said, got an offensive rebound. Got offensive rebounds, but at the end of the day, 56 points in the paint, especially when they shot 32.5% from the 3-point line. It's going to be a tough night to allow them to continue to get to the paint to score. And then, every turnover that we had, they made us pay. We had 12 turnovers, which isn't a high number, but to be able to score 25 points off those 12 turnovers meant that our floor balance wasn't great. Going the other way when we turned the ball over. So we, give those guys credit. Heck of a job by the Celtics, by Coach Mazzulla and the rest of his staff and the players. Give them credit for the win. We know we can play better, and hopefully we will tomorrow.
Obviously, a rough shooting night for Jaylen. What do you think? Was it something the Celtics were doing? Was it, why do you think his shots were off to?
I felt he got the normal looks that he normally takes. So I mean, he's got to keep shooting them. He's got to keep getting to his spots. I thought he got to his spots. I thought he took good threes too, and they just didn't go in, and that happens sometimes. So a guy like him, he's got to keep letting it fly if he's open, or if he gets to the spots.
I think through 3 quarters they were shooting 80% inside the arc as a team.
Yeah.
The guys have talked about the last 4 games how their defensive communication has improved. They felt their on-ball defense has improved. Was it more communication than approach at the point of attack in your eyes when you were looking through those second and third quarters with how the Celtics were able to get to the hoop?
A couple of times there was some communication issues, but that's going to happen throughout the course of the game. We've been really good with our shifts. And we weren't as good tonight. I mean, think about the times that whether it was Jaylen or anybody else driving the basketball, split two defenders, or got outside of the defender, and we didn't have anybody there to trap the box. So it was more our shifts weren't great, whether it was a shift to the midpoint line to trap the box if somebody got outside of the defender, or it was a shift when you're one pass away from the ball to where we didn't shift good enough and we just allowed a guy to split us. I thought those were probably the 2 biggest things defensively.
Now, I've got to disagree with Mike Brown right here, because to me, the biggest thing defensively was not, okay, guys didn't shift and get in the rotations right. Maybe they struggled tonight, but the biggest thing to me was that the Celtics were able to capitalize on mismatches. That's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? But he knows what their scheme is. I don't. I'm just telling him what I saw on television. And obviously the switches onto Jalen Brunson. I think that was one of the biggest, especially in the first half, especially in that second quarter. That was one of the biggest issues to me.
The pain points.
I think that was about as aggressive offensively as we've seen Mikal
Yeah.
took over? Just kind of what you saw from him.
No, he was feeling it, and he was aggressive. And, I thought our guys did a great job trying to find him, and he hit some big shots for us. He was one of the guys that kind of willed us back into the game offensively.
Two questions. One,
Yeah.
On the Kolek Brunson lineups that you used, why did you pair those two guys together tonight? And then the second question is on Mitch. Is your strategy when they're doing the hack of Mitch to leave him in there and try to let him shoot through it, or would you sub him out if he's not getting his foul shots?
I definitely want to hear about this Tyler Kolek, Jaylen Brunson lineup because I peeped that and I'm very interested in it.
Yeah, well, I'd always, especially at this point in the year, I'd like to give him an opportunity. He's worked extremely hard on his free throw attempts or his free throws, and so I'd like to give him an opportunity if I can. But I'm not opposed to making a change if we need to make a change. At that point in the game, so it's one of those things where you just kind of watch it, feel the game, and feel the flow, and if he hits a couple of them, then I'm going to leave him in because it's great for him to believe and us to believe in him too if we get a chance. And what was I'm sorry, what was it?
The lineup, I don't know.
Yeah, I was searching, because we weren't doing a good job stopping their penetration. So I was searching, and then we got a little stagnant offensively and trying to put just a second guy in there. Tyler did a good job of touching the paint and spraying it, so trying to put a second guy in there that was touching the paint and trying to spray it.
You guys were really moving the ball well to start the game.
Yeah.
I felt like whether it was upset with the officials or physicality with this matchup, Cat kind of was forcing the issue against the trap and the double team, and that kind of felt like it threw you guys off a funk. And how would you kind of describe that when things took a turn for the offense in that first half?
Yeah, the first thing is, and I talked to our guys about it, I thought we got caught up in the officials a little too much, and they're human. They're going to make some good calls and they're going to make some bad calls, throughout the course of the game. At the end of the day, we had 17 free throws and they had 14. So we went to the free throw line more than they did.
And, Cat is that main culprit. He bothers me so much with, the way he's always complaining, not getting back, about the officials. I like it when he's focused and just playing through it. Sometimes he whines. We all know that, though.
So we one of the things we pride ourselves on is trying to be a no excuse team, and I thought tonight we were all on the officials a little too much. So I thought that was big, and then just like the other guys, when a post up is a paint touch or a drive is a paint touch, and if anybody draws two, first of all we want to play off of 2 feet, but if anybody draws two, they got to spray it. And I thought in the first quarter we did a great job spraying the basketball. I think we had 7 sprays in one quarter, and we lead the league in it. And those guys do a great job of trying to protect the paint. So when that ball hits the paint, they're coming. And we didn't do a great job in that second quarter of touching the paint and spraying it. And Cat was one of a few guys that didn't do that.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Mike Brown. I disagree with him about the defense. I think that was really, especially in that second quarter, the switching. We got to fix that. It doesn't have to be every night that you got to fix it, but on nights when they're taking advantage of those matchups, you got to figure out something else. We got to have another scheme. With the Tyler Kolek and Brunson, he said, he was just kind of trying to figure something out. I'd like to see a little bit more of it because I think we need a distributor out there with Brunson. I think that would help. And Tyler Kolek is playing hard on defense and trying to defend. I can give him that. Anyway, we took the loss tonight, ladies and gentlemen, 123-117. I'm up out of here. I will see y'all later tomorrow night. Catch y'all tomorrow night, ladies and gentlemen. Hate taking this kind of a loss, but we did. So now we're out of here. Peace.
This is NBK, nothing but Knicks. When Sim passed the assist, you know that it's #1 show that breaks down the game. If you can't play defense, stay out my way. Dribble the ball, come down the lane. 5 seconds on the shot clock, who gon' win us the game? You wanna hear Nick updates and trade rumors? Post-game reviews, this the place you tune in. So tell a friend just to keep the ball moving. Like the page if you feeling the movement. Every game we coming to win. Give us a sub like a player that came off the bench. This is NBK, nothing but Knicks.